Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kingdom blessings, everyone. Whew, what a wonderful night. Mother's well rested, stretched. Remember, we got to stretch. Yes. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank God for all my new subscribers and all my old ones that's been rocking with me from day one. Y'all know I love y'all. This morning, I wanted to talk to y'all before I go out for my workout, because yes, I am dressed in my workout gear. It's kind of chilly outside. It's maybe like I think maybe like about 50 degrees outside. So I'm getting ready to go get a walk in. But before I do that, my mind got to thinking about, on yesterday I was out walking, and as I was out walking, I did encounter a couple homeless people that were living on the street as I was out moving around. And I did not mention them in the video because a lot of times when we've been in this position, sometimes it can hold a little bit of people humiliation. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be out there. You don't want to put nobody in a position where they got to feel like, they're feeling already bad about their situation, but yet they're in this state, because I've been in this state and I didn't want people filming me while I was out. And it really is hard for people that have never been in that situation to understand that people still do have their pride. They still do want to be respected, and they want their time to be respected. And sometimes people don't even want to be bothered in that situation because they're going through some things. And there's 5 things that I learned from being homeless. One of them was to really, truly get over my fears. These are things that I was taught and I learned while I was out there, to get over my fears, because you're going to come into a lot of situations that are going to make you fearful. You will be able to function well during the day, but the people that you meet, they'll put fear in you. They will scare you. Sometimes they don't even have to say anything, just the way they look, the way they carry themselves, their demeanor, because you got to realize most people that are homeless, especially your younger generation, they're in survival mode. They're in survival mode, and they don't even care nothing about robbing other homeless folks. I've seen this and witnessed this while I was out there on the streets just walking, and I realized that, when you're really truly out here and you're homeless, you have to really work on getting over your fears while you're out there. Your fear of the darkness, your fear of where you're going to lay your head, your fear of hungry, your fear of people, your fear of what people say about you, the fear of what people think about you. It is really a hard thing to go through. And yes, I did cry a lot. Yes, you do walk up and down the street with tears in your eyes. Yes, you do walk up and down the street with that fear right in your chest. It seemed like that fear just stays with you. And the only thing that got me through that time was I would pray. I would pray silently, and I would like, God, give me strength. Just give me strength. Never once did I ask God to take me out of that situation, but I did ask him several times to give me strength to go through it. My eyes stayed open. My head stayed on the swivel. I was always on edge. I was always like clenching my shoulders or walking around with this posture of fear in me. And it took a while for that to get out of me. And once that fear get out of you to a point where you're okay and you realize, that everybody out here that's homeless or not in a trying to hurt you or harm you, then you'll begin to relax just a little bit. But you always still got to keep your head on a swivel. Always look at people and discern who they are, what situation they're in, what posture they're operating with. If and so it does not connect with you, get up out of that situation, go off to yourself, leave that group. Try to find like-minded people. That's number 2. Try to find some people that are in situations, not because of them being drug addicts or being robbers or hurt somebody, or because everybody that's out there homeless is not trying to hurt you. This is number 2, not trying to hurt you. Number 1 was the fear and not trying to hurt you. I got my little notes here, y'all. I'm writing this down so that I can make sure that I can elaborate so that you can understand. Everybody out there that's homeless is not trying to hurt you. You're going to meet some good people. Don't miss your blessing by walking past the very people and not speak because of the fact that you're afraid that fear has taken over you. The number 1 thing has taken over you from the beginning when you end up out there, because you've never been out there before. If you've never been homeless before, it's a very scary place to be. But when you get out there, after you get through the fear part of it, then you got to realize and start really turn your discernment up even higher to see who's with you and who's not trying to hurt you. Remember, these are strangers. You don't know them and they don't know you. You've never been in this situation before. You don't understand who they are. They don't understand your story. You don't know their story. And so you don't know what walks of life they come from. So you really got to pay attention. You really got to pay attention. And I want you to understand that in this season, there's a lot of people that are going to end up out in these streets. end up homeless. And the first thing, you are going to feel fear, and it's okay. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. There is some things out there that may scare you to the core. I've witnessed some things that I should never seen. I walked in some places I should never walked in. But yet and still, I had to hold my composure, because there comes a time where you can't show that fear. Even though you feel it, you cannot show it, because it's like saying, you know how animals feed off of fear? And they will attack you because they know that you are afraid of them. Sometimes people will do the same thing. Sometimes people operate in that same animal magnetism where they will attack you because they can see the fear in you. But when you start walking in that positivity, you start walking with your head up straight, you start walking where you can look them devils in the eye. You start walking with a different posture, knowing that I'm out here, but I'm not going to allow you to just hurt me. I'm not going to, but see, that's your defense to keep people away from you, because when they see you not walking vulnerable with your head down, you're not walking crying all day long, you're not walking with your shoulders clenched up like this, like you're afraid somebody gonna grab you, because somebody might just grab you. So we got two so far. We got the fear, and know that everybody's not gonna hurt you, because you're gonna meet some people. God's gonna put some people in your path that are gonna be there to help you and gonna be there to bless you. And another thing you will realize is you will learn over time how to budget your time. How to budget your time. You don't got no money, so you got to budget your time. You got to budget your time in a way that benefits for you. You can't worry about everybody that's out there in the streets, even though you would think about them as well, because that's the kind of heart that you have, and you want to be able to be a blessing to somebody else. Because see, I was a blessing to other people, even when God had me in a position where I was vulnerable myself. So I had to budget my time. This is number 3. I truly had to budget my time, and budget my time wisely, where I had time to go and strategize and figure out what my next move was going to be. Figure out how I'm going to get myself up out of this situation. Don't worry so much about how you got there. Now you need to go forward and figure out how you're going to get up out of that situation. Don't spend no much time worrying about what was behind you. Regardless of what it was, you're here now. And now you got to move forward. Now you got to strategize. Now you got to budget your time. You got to figure out exactly how you're going to move from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. You got to figure out when you wake up in the morning. First of all, you got to look around. And first thing I did was I stretched, and I thank God that I was okay, that I was still alive, that I was still in one piece, that the devil didn't harm me, or God didn't let the devil take me out while I was sleeping. So then as you wake up, you got to figure out where you're going to wake up. Sometime it be under the bridge. Sometime it might be in the woods. Sometime it might be on a park bench. Sometime it might be in an abandoned car. Sometime it might be in an abandoned house. Sometime it might be just in a house. Sometime you might just be on a stranger's lawn. It don't matter where you wake up. Just thank the Lord that you did wake up and begin to strategize your day. Meaning now you got to figure out what you're going to eat, how you're going to eat, and start praying for the blessing to come to you. Sometimes only way you get a meal is you begin to pray for it. You begin to pray for it and hope somebody show up with a kind heart. I never once did I set a cup out. Never once did I hand paddle. None of that. I didn't do none of that. I just continued to keep walking. I just kept walking. I would run into people, talk to people, have conversation with people. And through conversation, they would give me $4, $5, $6. They might even give me candy, food that they may have had with them, or just invite me over to come and share lunch. Or there was a place through the weekday, the Salvation Army was always open. The Salvation Army was always open. At 12 o'clock, 12:30, you could go in there and you could get a free lunch, and they would talk to the homeless people, and they would sit there and they would pray, they would preach, they would allow, even myself, I'm homeless, but they didn't know that I was homeless for long, so I was able to use my voice and the word of God that God gave me to actually speak life into a dark place into somebody else. So I knew God was leading me at that point, because he led me to that Salvation Army. Every day around 12 o'clock, I could get a meal. I realized that I didn't need a whole bunch of food to make it. All I needed was one good, strong meal, and that carried me through the day. This is why I say right now, while we're in the midst of this storm, right now, while we're looking like we headed to a recession, this is a good time for you to turn that plate down and learn how to put yourself on a 1 meal a day budget. Budget your time, budget your food, how you wear your clothes. Recycle those clothes. Recycle. And so you know those jeans are not dirty. You may have worn them one day. Instead of throwing them in the wash right then and there, hang them jeans back up, or fold them jeans up and wear them another day. You can skip a day and wear something else, and then recycle those jeans so that you won't have to use a whole bunch of water, because they're going through this recession. We do not know how this is going to look, but these are some good tips of being homeless. Even if you're in a home, you still got to continue to consider yourself as part of the homeless population, because these things may not be as ready or as scarce to you as plentiful to you as they are now, because of the fact that you're in a home don't mean that you got plenty of food to eat, don't mean that you're going to have all the resources you need to make it. So a lot of times it's better to learn how to cut back now. So right now, that was number 3. Number 1 was fear. Number 2 was everybody's not out to hurt you. Number 3 was learn how to budget your time. Learn how to budget your time. And even at that, once I got on my feet, and when I say on my feet to the point where I was strong enough to be outside, the next thing I wanted to look for was a job. So that's part of budgeting my time. So I knew if I found a part-time job somewhere, even if it was just a little enough just to make me something to eat. But what I did was I couldn't find no job at that time, but I was able to learn how to flip things. I would go buy CDs, DVDs, buy stuff from yard sales, buy stuff from flea markets. I had to learn. But before I learned that, it was like during that time I was so mentally messed up because of where I came from. I was able to pick up even seashells to even teach the people how to sell and how to flip things, which I taught a lot of people that was homeless how to sell things, how to pick up things and sell things. Even some of them very $5 and $6 and $7 that was given to me, I would take them same $5 and $6 and $7 and go and buy things at the yard sale and be able to flip them and make decent money off of them. So now we got your fear, we got your everybody's not out to hurt you. We're learning how to budget our time, and always carry yourself a backpack. Always carry yourself a backpack so you'll have something to put the trinkets or the things that you find that you need to help build your life inside that backpack. Okay? So now you're at number 3. Now number 4. You're on your own. Basically, the people that you knew, the people that knew you, won't be the people that end up with you. You'll have very few people. You may know a whole lot of people before you get yourself in this situation, or before this situation happens to you, and then something seems to happen to those people. They forget about who you are because now you're in need. They don't want nothing to do with you. They're not going to be there to help you out of the storm. They're not going to be able to talk you out of the storm. They're not going to give you $1, a sandwich, or nothing. Very few. Now, I'm not going to say everybody in this situation, but the people that was around me, they left me right there. They left me right in the midst of the storm. When I lost everything, I lost them as well, which was perfectly fine because they heard it then. But then you'll realize now, today, standing, you'll realize that God separated that dead weight. They were not there to be your friends. They were there to use you, manipulate you, to mistreat you. They were really not your friends at all. They were not there because they wanted to be there. They were there because you had a kind and giving heart and a person that gives a lot. These takers, they will not put a cap on how much they take as long as you don't put a cap on how much you give. And as long as you're giving, they will be right there to take. So just be careful with that. So that's number 4. Let's run back up the ladder again. Number 1 was fear. You are going to feel fear. It's going to be natural. You're going to be afraid because you're in a situation you've never been in before. Everybody's not out to hurt you. Number 2, you're going to meet some people that are going to help you along the way. Trust me, you will meet some people. God will have some people in place to help you along the way. Even though you'll feel like you're out there by yourself, just know that you're not alone. You are not alone. Number 3, how to budget your time. You will begin to budget your time in a way that you will think about things a lot different. You'll think about where you are. You'll think about how you got there. You'll think about what to do. You'll be thinking more about how to move forward. Do not waste a whole bunch of time looking back, hashing over that situation. Yes, you may think about it, but don't stay stuck in that position of worrying about what happened to put you there. Just try to do what you can do to better the situation to help get you out of there. And then number 4, you on your own. The people that you thought you're going to say, well, I thought they were my friends. They ate off my table. They came with me. They hung out with me. We went here together. We did this together. We've been in church together. We went to school together. We were family members. We were here. And all that does not mean a thing when you ain't got nothing to give them. The ones that were going to be there with you are the ones that's going to be there with you through thick and thin. They're going to be there with you no matter what you're going through. But you got those that like to watch you go through. You got some folks in your life, believe it or not. And these are people that are close to you. The people that can hurt you the most are the ones that you live with. The ones that you eat with, the ones that you are around all day long, the ones that you tell everything about you. They know about you, so they know everything about you, so they can hurt you the most. So just understand that. And once you understand that, you'll be okay even with that, because then you'll understand that they operate in a spirit that is not of God. But that spirit, God would deliver you from that spirit. You will get delivered from that spirit after a while, and then it won't even matter. Them same people would look at you and they would not understand how God brought you out of this, how you still stand, and how you able to still praise the Lord, how you able to still function, how are you still standing after all you went through, and how we left you in the pit. They thought they threw you in a pit, but they had no idea that God had a trampoline in that pit for you to bounce right back up out of it, and you shall live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. And let me tell you about number 5. We're right down here to number 5. It's hunger. Whew. We talked about hunger. We talked about that. The number 5, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong spot. Number 5 was the lies that you have been told about homeless people. There's been so many lies that you have been told about homeless people. Just think about that for a minute. You have been told that homeless people are addicts. You have been told that homeless people are whoremongers. You have been told that homeless people are lazy, they just broke, they just stink, they just dirty, they just filthy, and you don't want nothing to do with them. You have been told so many things about people that end up homeless. Now we're in a recession. Good people are ending up homeless. As if they were not good people. As if you were better than them. If you didn't understand that homelessness has no big, means, and little you, now you understand it because now you see it. Now you see it. Now you're faced with it. Now you go out there, you might have some lawyers, some doctors, you might have all the titles that you could think of, pastors, preachers, first ladies, evangelists, deacons, all you with all your fancy names, all your fancy titles, not knowing that is the title. That's your job. That's not who you are. You got state workers on the ground. I'm saying this quietly because I want y'all to think about this. The next time you decide to walk past a homeless person and turn your nose up, hear me very well. The next time you decide to walk past a homeless person and turn your nose up, you don't know their story. You don't know what they're going through or what they went through. If you cannot help them, don't hurt them. Don't disrespect them. Because you're only one paycheck away from being homeless yourself. You're only one injury away from being homeless yourself. You could be only one situation from being homeless yourself. And you don't know what that situation is. Just like you don't know the hour of the day that Jesus is coming back. You don't know the hour of the day that your affliction could hit you. You just don't know. This is a time for you to respect those that are going through. People are losing their homes every day, left and right. The homeless population is growing. People right now are living in tents in the woods in America. Imagine that. Did you ever think that was going to happen? Did you ever think you would see so much of this in our lifetime? The word teaches us that the poor will always be with us. You may be one of those ones that don't need no help now. Come on, somebody. You may be making it now. You may be able to wash your face, and you may have a granite countertop and marble floors, and you may have your king-size bed to sleep in, and your refrigerator over there, and your thermostat on the wall, and your washer and dryer. You may have all these things now. Your car to drive, but you don't know. Don't use them in vain. Don't use them to be disrespectful. Being homeless can hit anybody at any given time. God has people that he has chosen to be homeless. They're out there in the street. They're not drug addicts. They're not whoremongers. They ain't out there stealing, robbing. They're not out there being disrespectful. They're out there prayer warriors that are out there homeless. I was one of them on an assignment for God. On an assignment. But yet the very people that I thought loved me so much, God started revealing the character of these people. God would not leave you ignorant to Satan's devices. He would let you see who is operating through the Spirit of the Lord and who ain't. I end up standing alone. And I thank God. I thank him every day for what he has shown me. I thank him for taking me down that road of being homeless so I can understand what homelessness looks like, what it feels like. Understand the people that are out there. Understand why they end up out there. There's so many reasons that you may not never know. But one thing I do know, they deserve to be respected, whatever they're going through. However they end up out there, because that could be you. I never would have thought it would have ever been me. Why not you? Be ready. Be ye ready. When you ask God to use you and you want to be used by the Lord, you can't tell him where to place you. You can't tell him how to use you. You just got to be ready. So with that being said, that's my take on it. Those are my 5 things of what I've learned from being homeless. That fear. Everybody's not out to hurt you. How to budget. That you're on your own. And the lies that people have told about homeless people. So with that being said, I pray that this helps. And I pray that while you're out there, if you're out there and you're homeless, know that I love you. Know that God loves you. Know that you can make it through this. Just continue to keep moving. Continue to keep strategizing how you're going to rebuild your life. And let God do the rest. Be blessed.